Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please join us today. आज हम लोग चर्चा करेंगे based on the topic that I received from some of the members here. How to please Krishna. Please join us for a little Harinam. Krishna, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. So, आज का टॉपिक है हाउ टू प्लीज लॉर्ड कृष्णा. So before we start, let's do Mangalachan prayers, starting with Srila Prabhupada's, Guru Pranati. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshitarine Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve namaha Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim Yat kripa tadham vande Shri Gurum dinatarinam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So it's a beautiful topic, how to please Lord Krishna. Now somebody could ask, why to please Lord Krishna? Because Lord Krishna is our well-wisher. हमारे शुभ चिंतक हैं भगवान कृष्ण. वो हम सबका भला चाहते हैं, वो हम सबको खुश देखना चाहते हैं. प्रसन्न भाव से वो हम सबको देखना चाहते हैं कि हम सब लोग खुश हैं, सुखी हैं, अपने परिजनों के साथ, अपने फैमिली, रिलेटिव्स, फ्रेंड्स, एसोसिएट्स सबके साथ बहुत ही प्रसन्नतापूर्वक, वेरी हैप्पीली वी आर रिसाइडिंग. एंड so when he is looking after us, we want to please him. Why? Because by pleasing him, we achieve all happiness, right? हम सब तरह की happiness, all kind of pleasures we can achieve. क्यों? Because Lord Krishna is the reservoir of all transcendental pleasures. Why is it the word transcendental used? Transcendental क्यों use करते हैं? Because in this material world, there are three gunas: mode of goodness, three modes of material nature, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. And he's transcendental, he's above these three modes. Because under these three modes, it's conditioned life. So how do we become, free from this conditioned life? हम लोग कैसे गुणों से मुक्त हो सकते हैं? That is something we have to see. कि हम लोग किस तरह से इनसे ऊपर उठ के ट्रांसडेंटल स्टेज पे आके लॉर्ड कृष्णा के साथ लविंग एक्सचेंज कर सकते हैं. बिकॉज इन कंडीशन लाइफ वी विल बी अंडर द मोड्स. बट हाउ डू यू कम अप? तो टू बी एबल टू प्लीज लॉर्ड कृष्णा, व्हाई वी वांट टू प्लीज लॉर्ड कृष्णा? बिकॉज दैट विल गिव अस एटर्नल हैप्पीनेस. एंड आनंद भयो अभ्यासात, जो हम लिविंग एंटिटीज हैं, जो हम आत्मा हैं, वी आर ऑलवेज सीकिंग प्लेजर. हम लोग constantly seeking happiness. So, to be able to attain happiness and not flickering happiness, we want to attain eternal happiness. To be able to get that eternal happiness, we have to please Rishikesha. भगवान कृष्ण, जो कि ऋषिकेश के नाम से जाने जाते हैं, उनको जब सर्व करेंगे हम, तब ऑटोमेटिकली हमारे सारे सेंसेस विल बी एट पीस and experience transcendental bliss. तो हम हमारे सारे जो senses हैं वो experience करेंगे this happiness that we have been hankering for. And to be able to please Lord Krishna, he says that become my devotee. Man manabhav mad bhakto. Become my devotee. So to become his devotee, we have to understand what is devotional service. राइट? भक्ति योग क्या है ये जानना पड़ेगा. व्हाट इज डिवोशनल सर्विस? एंड डिवोशनल सर्विस इज एक्चुअली अ साइंस. सो देयर इज अ साइंस ऑफ डिवोशनल सर्विस. और आचार्यों ने, शीला रूपा गोस्वामी ने रिवील किया है इस साइंस को. सो इन भगवद गीता इट हैज बीन रिवील्ड इन द पर्पट बाय शीला प्रभुपाद, द साइंस ऑफ डिवोशनल सर्विस. एंड इट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एज हाउ इट हेल्प्स अस, किस तरह से हम लोगों को स्टेज बाय स्टेज ऊपर ले आता है, so that we can finally come to love Lord Krishna. So again, if somebody is at your work trying to please you by doing, things that you would like to get done, you would be somewhat pleased. But when you come home and your children, they come running to you, in their childish manner, then you know that this is unconditional love they have for you. When parents, they come home and they meet their children after, a whole day long gap, then the children are, always calling for their parents to pick them up, to embrace them, because the children, they are reciprocating. The children want to love us. So the parents feel this love coming from children. So that is a different mood than the mood we see in work environment. जो कंडीशन लाइफ होती है उसमें वर्क एनवायरनमेंट वाला इंटरेक्शन होता है लॉर्डशिप से. Because Lord is in his universal form, in his Vishnu form, the four-arm form of Vishnu. The universal form is unlimited arms, unlimited legs. तो उस form में जो interaction होता है, it's an awe and reverence. So that is Lord Krishna at work in the form of Vishnu. लेकिन जब Lord Krishna घर में होते हैं तो वो वृंदावन में होते हैं, और वहाँ जो उनके interaction होते हैं with his devotees is a loving exchange, because he is at home. So just like when we are at home, हमारे रिलेशनशिप विद अपने स्पाउस के साथ, वाइफ या हस्बैंड जो भी हैं उनके साथ, और जो बच्चे हैं, जो रिलेटिव्स हैं, उनके साथ कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट है. सो दैट इज व्हाट आत्मसार, राइट? दे आर वेरी क्लोज एसोसिएट्स. सो रिलेटिव्स के साथ में जो इंटरेक्शन होता है, दैट इज वेरी लविंग. सो व्हेन देयर इज लव वर्सेस ड्यूटी, देयर इज अ बिग डिफरेंस, गल्फ ऑफ डिफरेंस. बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है ड्यूटी बेस्ड इंटरेक्शन में और लव बेस्ड, प्यार बेस्ड इंटरेक्शन में. एंड दिस इज नॉट लस्ट बेस्ड, दिस इज लव बेस्ड, बिकॉज लॉर्ड कृष्णा इज इन द सेंटर. वी वांट टू प्लीज लॉर्ड कृष्णा. सो देन हमारे जो एक्शंस हैं, माइंड, बॉडी एंड वर्ड्स से जो भी हम डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ एक्शंस जो हम परफॉर्म करते हैं, दे ऑटोमेटिकली आर डवटेल्ड टू प्लीज लॉर्ड कृष्णा. तो इन एक्शंस को जब हम लोग प्रेम पूर्वक करते हैं, विद डिवोशन, देन इट इज लव. अदरवाइज इट्स जस्ट ड्यूटी, लाइक वी आर इंटरेक्टिंग विद लॉर्ड विष्णु विद ऑल एंड रेवरेंस. सो इट इज ऑल्सो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है हम लोग को समझना कि हम लोग भगवान कृष्ण को प्लीज कैसे करें. हाउ डू वी प्लीज लॉर्ड कृष्ण? एंड टू बी एबल टू प्लीज लॉर्ड कृष्ण, वी हैव टू बिकम डिवोटीज. बट टू बी एबल टू बिकम डिवोटी, वी नीड टू नो व्हाट इज द साइंस ऑफ डिवोशनल सर्विस. And science of devotional service is given in Bhakti Rathama Sindhu and also covered in the purport in Bhagavad Gita. अगर आप 4th chapter के 10th verse पे जाते हैं तो उसके purport में टीका जो लिखा है शिला प्रभुपाद ने, उसमें ये verse उन्होंने disclose किया है, the science of devotional service. So let me read this. अदा श्रद्धा तथा साधु संगो अथ भजन क्रिया ततो अनर्थ निवृत्ति स्यात् ततो निष्ठा रुचिस्ततः अथा शक्तिस्ततो भावस्ततः प्रेमाभ्युदञ्चति साधका नाम अयं प्रेम्णः प्रादुर्भावे भवेत् क्रमः. अधो श्रद्धा. So this science starts with Shraddha, faith. When we develop little Shraddha. Now there is a step even before that. How do we develop Shraddha? It is because of some kind of sukriti, some pious activity. And there are wonderful examples given in the scriptures as how people would perform various pious activities unknowingly. Jainan Prabhu, one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, I'm reminded कि उनका एक incident याद आता है. He was actually a taxi driver. So many times he would be repairing his car. And so he would go under the car after putting it on jacks and he would be repairing and he would need, one of the instrument to do the next. So he would see someone crossing and he would call out to that person, hey, so and so person, can you please pass me this instrument? And the person would very innocently pass him this, whatever, if he wanted a wrench or if he wanted a specific screw. So very innocently he would engage them. And he would thank them so nicely. They would really want to associate with him. So our dealings can help other person to open up to us. But this is unknowingly done. So this pious activity, if somebody does to help another person, as I mentioned, that is done unknowingly. It's also called agyat sukriti. So pious activity is sukriti. But agyat means unknowingly performed pious activity is agyat sukriti. And similarly, sometimes he would just be helping at the temple, and many people just by looking at his mood would become devotee. They would see when he would be changing the trash bags, from the trash cans, the filled trash bag after, a program, Sunday program, and so he would be so smiling and so nicely he would be doing it. People would think, if a person who is picking up trash is so happy, imagine how the person inside would be if they are dancing and chanting and glorifying. So that was the mood as a devotee who was showing. He was exemplifying, बता रहे थे वो कैसे कि भक्त कैसे होते हैं. And he was getting this potency because of the association with Srila Prabhupada. And he was freely distributing this mercy. सब लोगों को देख के ही आकर्षण हो जाता था कि how amazing devotee he is. So, and he was showing all the characteristics of a devotee. That how to be a great devotee of Lord Krsna, how to please Lord Krsna. And one of the first steps he shows is, but to be able to please Lord Krsna, one has to first please one's spiritual master. पहले गुरु को प्रसन्न करना होता है, फिर लॉर्ड कृष्णा को प्रसन्न करते हैं. ऑटोमेटिकली लॉर्ड कृष्णा प्रसन्न होते हैं और गुरु प्रसन्न होते हैं. This is something we learned early on. गुरु गोविंद दोनों खड़े काके लागो पाए, बलिहारी गुरु आप रू गोविंद मिलाए. जब गुरु और गोविंद लॉर्ड कृष्णा दोनों खड़े हैं, स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर एंड लॉर्ड कृष्णा, तो devotee, a disciple is asking, काके लागू पाए, किसके पाँव में पहले छूं? Then it is better to bow down at the lotus feet of the spiritual master. गुरु के चरणों में प्रणाम करना पहले उचित है, because बलिहारी गुरु आपने, that गुरुदेव, because of your mercy, आपकी कृपा के कारण मुझे गोविंद मिले, गोविंद मिला, आपकी कृपा से मुझे गोविंद मिले. So again, to be able to come, but again there are further steps. If you go into the science of devotional service, जैसा हमने अभी कवर किया, अधो श्रद्धा, अज्ञा सुकृति या ज्ञात सुकृति, सुकृति होनी चाहिए, pious activity. Because Lord Krishna कहते हैं, चार तरह के pious person, they come to him. What are these four kind of pious people? Artho, one who is distressed. जिज्ञासु, one who is inquisitive, जिज्ञासा है जिसको कि भगवान कौन है, ये क्या है, मैं कैसे खुश हो सकता हूँ, इस भौतिक जगत में कैसे सर्वाइव कर रहा हूँ, क्यों मैं इतना परेशान हो रहा हूँ, why is this pain, misery everywhere, how can I become happy, all those questions जो हमारे मन में आते हैं, वो सारे क्वेश्चंस का आंसर ढूंढते ढूंढते जो जिज्ञासु व्यक्ति होता है वो भगवान के चरणों में आता है. जो आदमी डिस्ट्रेस होता है, who is getting all kind of difficulties in life, becomes frustrated, बिल्कुल फ्रस्ट्रेट होके बोलता है, this life is so frustrating, what should I do, whose shelter should I take? So that person भगवान की शरण में आता है. आर्थो, जिज्ञासु इज जिसको जिज्ञासा है, डिफरेंट टाइप के क्वेश्चंस है. अर्थार्थी, जो भौतिक जगत को में खूब रिचेस चाहता है, कुछ तरह का, मीन्स अगेन ही वांट्स टू एक्वायर सम काइंड ऑफ वेल्थ, देन ही रियलाइजेस कि भगवान कृष्ण इज द वेल्दिएस्ट, सर्वलोक महेश्वरम. वो सारे भौतिक जगत, आध्यात्मिक जगत, सारे जगतों के, सारे ऑल यूनिवर्सेस, मटेरियल एंड स्पिरिचुअल यूनिवर्सेस के, he is the proprietor, he is the owner, right? So now if somebody is so rich, if you ask He may provide you. There is a very nice joke that I am reminded of. एक बार क्या होता है, एक आदमी भगवान से पूछता है, भगवान एक सेकंड आपके लिए क्या है? भगवान कहते हैं कुछ नहीं, 1 मिलियन पृथ्वी के जो साल होते हैं उसके बराबर है। तो बोलते हैं और 1 मिलियन क्या होगा? $1 मिलियन। बोलते हैं लाइक अ पेनी। तो बड़ा खुश हो जाता, बोलता है भगवान कैन यू गिव मी अ पेनी? भगवान कहते हैं इन अ सेकेंड। सो समटाइम्स पीपल थिंक दैट दे कैन आउटस्मार्ट गॉड, भगवान से ज़्यादा चतुर बन सकते हैं, बट भगवान इज नंबर 1 इन एवरीथिंग। If you are a cheater, then he is number 1 cheater. If you are a lover, he is number 1 lover. If you are a devotee, he is reciprocating your love in such an amazing way that he is number 1 in that as well. Yes, we hear about the gopis, right? Gopis, they love Krishna so much. So they are at that last stage of prem. So we'll come there. So here, first is faith. So these 4 kind of pious people, and the 4th kind is ज्ञानी. जो ज्ञान योग में, speculative knowledge में, finally he is seeing that this speculation बहुत हो गया, because there are 3 ways we can acquire knowledge. प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण होता है जो हम अपने सेंसेस से प्रत्यक्ष देख सकते हैं, डायरेक्ट परसेप्शन, राइट? We see that this is a pen because our senses tell us. So that's pratyaksh. Then anuman is, we can use this to write on a paper, and then we say, wait a minute, it writes like a pen, it looks like a pen, it feels like a pen, so it must be a pen. That's speculation. Right? ये पेन की तरह चलता है, पेन की तरह लिखता है, पेन की तरह लिखता है, तो ये पेन ही होगा. And then the third one is Shabd Praman. Shabd is that it has been told to us that this is a pen. Somebody has, who has the knowledge of what is a pen, they have given it to us and said that this is a pen, so we accept their words that this is a pen. So let's look at this example from the perspective that in तीनों तरह के जो प्रमाण हैं, these 3 type of evidences, which one is the most perfect? So प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण is because of our senses, perception of our senses, जो हमारी इंद्रियां perceive कर सकती हैं, उसके basis पे है. Now our senses are imperfect, so there are 4 kind of defects in this material world, in conditioned life. Our senses are defective, we have the propensity to cheat, and then we have the propensity to be delusioned, and then humanism. So these 4 mistakes are there. हमारी जो इंद्रियां हैं वो परफेक्ट नहीं है, पहला हो गया. हम भ्रमित हो सकते हैं, इल्यूजन में आ सकते हैं, वी कैन गेट डिल्यूटेड. देन वी हैव द प्रोपेंसिटी टू चीट. हम ट्राई टू चीट, मैनिपुलेटिव हो सकते हैं. एंड देन ह्यूमनिज्म, हमें ऑटोमेटिकली गलती करने की क्षमता है. मीन्स हर चीज़ को परफेक्टली करने की कोशिश करें तभी कुछ ना कुछ गलती हो जाती है, जैसा आपने देखा होगा. सो ये जो प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण है, द एविडेंस कमिंग फ्रॉम द सेंस परसेप्शन, ये परफेक्ट नहीं है, ये समझ में आ जाता है. सो दैट कैन नॉट बी एक्सेप्टेड. अब अनुमान तो स्पेकुलेशन है, यू आर जस्ट गेसिंग दैट दिस इज सो, सो दैट मस्ट बी सो. इफ दीज आर द वेरियस कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, देन इट मस्ट बी ट्रू. A is equal to B, B is equal to C, C is equal to D, so A must be equal to D, right? But this is not true in case of spiritual knowledge. It's because it's it's a speculation. So many speculation have been going on for COVID-19. That this is so, it is like a flu, it is just like another virus as flu, but then the symptoms are coming out to be so shocking that people are stunned that all this speculative knowledge was there, and that they would be able to come up with vaccine in no time. Very easily we'll find a solution. And you don't have to worry about. That's why people, even though it was discovered in late December and was spreading in January, till March nobody woke up, gave a warning sign, because this is all speculation. We talk about politics and so many other topics, they're all speculation. That we're thinking this is happening, so that must be happening. Trying to derive results. Another example of speculation is weather forecasting, right? They're forecasting, they're predicting the future. And so many times they say, tomorrow it will be storming, and suddenly it turns out to be a sunny day, right? Because it's speculation. So that is also not a good evidence, because it's very speculative. Now the third one is Shabda Pramana. Shabda Pramana means one that has been scribed by the one who knows it. So if we get knowledge from Krishna, that's what Veda means. Veda means knowledge. उसका अर्थ ही है knowledge. So the Vedas, they come from Lord Krishna. So when Lord Krishna is providing us Vedas and all that knowledge, and what is the purpose of Vedas? To know Lord Krishna. So that is an interesting thing. So we get the knowledge from Lord Krishna, and this knowledge is to know Lord Krishna. Why do we want to know Lord Krishna? Because when we know Lord Krishna, then we can love him. And so that Shraddha is the first step. And then, because of this Shraddha, we get the association of devotees, sadhu sangha. So that's the next step. कि जब श्रद्धा आ जाती है हमारे हृदय में, we get associated with sadhus. We get devotee association. And we are getting attracted to move further. So, the next step is we take initiation from a bona fide spiritual master. एक आध्यात्मिक जो गुरु है उनसे हम लोग इनिशिएशन लेते हैं, और वो जो गुरु है हमको भजन क्रिया में लगाते हैं. दैट्स द थर्ड स्टेप. अधो श्रद्धा तात साधु संगो अथ भजन क्रिया. एंड भजन क्रिया is like the 9 process of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. श्रीमद् भागवतम में प्रहलाद महाराज हिरण्यकश्यप हिज फादर को जब सेकेंड मीटिंग होती है, जब वो पूछते हैं व्हाट हैव यू लर्न, उसमें बताते हैं कि जब गुरुकुल से आते हैं, पहली मीटिंग में तो उन्होंने बोल दिया था वन हु हैज नॉट कॉन्कर्ड हिज माइंड, इवन दो द पर्सन मे हैव कॉन्कर्ड द होल वर्ल्ड, होल यूनिवर्स, शुड गो टू फॉरेस्ट. यानी जिसने अपने मन पे विजय नहीं प्राप्त करी है, चाहे उसने पूरे विश्व पे विजय क्यों नहीं प्राप्त कर लिया, उसको तो सब छोड़ के जंगल में चले जाना चाहिए. See there, very strong. And he was saying this in a very humble manner, in a very pleasing manner to his father, because he knew that his father, जो हिरण्यकश्यप हैं, उनके जो पिता हैं, he has conquered the whole universe. पूरे विश्व पे उन्होंने विजय प्राप्त कर लिया, लेकिन अपने मन पे विजय नहीं प्राप्त कर पाए. He has not yet conquered his mind. The second meeting में he says, what is, he asks, Hiranyakashipu asks Prahlad Maharaj, what have you learned in your school? At that time he says, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vaishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. भगवान के गुणों का, भगवान के नाम का, नेम फॉर्म एक्टिविटीज पास टाइम्स, उनके रूप का, उनकी लीलाओं का जो वर्णन होता है उसको सुनना, हियरिंग, श्रवणम. कीर्तनम is glorifying his name form activities pastimes. Of whose? Vishnu. So Lord Krishna and all the other millions of Vishnus and the various incarnations, all Vishnu Tattvas. So all these Vishnu Tattvas are referred to as one because they are non-different from each other, except the fact that Lord Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the original candle that lights up all these candles which are identical to this candle as Lord Krishna. Yet they have different leelas, right? They have different goals that they show. So here, by Kirtanam, and then remembrance, Smaranam, by remembering Lord Krishna, Smaran karne se, apna, constantly remembering his name, form, activities, pastimes. That's the third devotional service. Pada Sevanam, by serving his lotus feet, by, engaging in serving the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Archanam is by doing worship. Vandanam is by singing prayers to Lord Krishna. Dasyam is by being a servant of Lord Krishna. Sakhyam is by being friend to Lord Krishna. And then Atma Nivedanam is surrendering everything in the service of Lord Krishna. Now we can engage in all 9 processes, just like Amrish Maharaj, वो पूरे 9 तरह के devotional service, the processes में लगे थे. Yet at the same time, even if you engage in one, you can attain perfection. Parikshit Maharaj, उन्होंने कैसे perfection attain किया? just by Shravanam, just by hearing the glories of Lord Krishna and his devotees for 7 consecutive days. When he was fasting at the bank of Ganges, जब यमुना तट पे वो फास्ट कर रहे थे, उपवास कर रहे थे for 7 days. Today is Ekadashi, also called Madhav Tithi. So I know many of you are fasting from grains, so this is a very auspicious time to do Shravanam also. Kirtanam, Shukdev Goswami, here attains perfection. उनको perfection कैसे मिली Shukdev Goswami को? Just by singing the glories of Lord Krishna. For 7 days consecutively, 7 days, 7 nights, he sang the glories in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam that we are studying. Smaranam, Prahlad Maharaj, by remembering the Lord, he attained perfection. Archanam, Prithu Maharaj, just by doing worship of Lord Krishna, he attained perfection. Now Prithu Maharaj was doing Ashwamedh Yagyas, and if you perform 100 Ashwamedh Yagyas, you get the position of Indra. So he performed 99 Ashwamedh Yagyas, no problem. But when he was performing the 100th one, at that time Indra was stealing away the horse, and Prithu Maharaj's son, he was chasing Indra and then trying to get the horse back. And at that time, Lord Brahma approached Prithu Maharaj that, why are you doing this 100th one? Bhai, 100 क्यों करना चाहते हो? 99 कर दिया, 100 पे रुक जाओ. Prithu Maharaj was thinking that Indra is stealing, मेरा घोड़ा चुरा के चला जाता है अश्वमेध यज्ञ का. चैलेंज करे तो आई कैन फाइट विद इट, लेकिन वो तो घोड़ा ले जा रहा है, चुरा रहा है, लिटरली छुप के ले जा रहा है. So he was upset with Indra, and Indra approached Lord Brahma. Yet at the same time, Lord Vishnu comes on Guru. And he comes with Indra and he tells Prithu Maharaj, why the 100th one? I'm satisfied with you. So now Prithu Maharaj does not perform the 100th one. वो जो 100 अश्वमेध यज्ञ 100 उसको नहीं कहते हैं. Because Lord Vishnu is satisfied and he is instructing him, don't do that. So because he surrendered to the wish, because उन्होंने भगवान की इच्छा के अनुकूल गए, प्रतिकूल नहीं गए. Pratikul is against the wish of the Lord. Anukul is as the Lord desires. Anukulena Krishna Anushilena. To perform devotional service the way Lord Krishna desires. So just because Lord Vishnu said that, Prithu Maharaj agreed. So his 99 yagyas are glorified much more than the 100 Ashwamedh yagyas. That gets one a position of Indra. Indra की position acquire करने के लिए जो 100 Ashwamedh yagyas होते हैं, उसके वजह 99 was greater than the 100. And he attains perfection just by accepting the wish of the Lord. Anukulena Krishna Anushilenam. Then Vandanam. Akrur sings glories. He is singing prayers to Lord Krishna and he attains perfection just by singing prayers. And we also sing prayers just by raising our hands and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So just by calling out the holy name, just by singing holy name, हम लोग जब भगवान का नाम उनको पुकारते हैं, we're directly interacting with him. And Bhagwan Krishna, Radharani, they're dancing on our tongue as we are chanting. And they're हमारे कानों से हृदय में प्रवेश करके हमें शुद्ध कर रहे हैं, constantly purifying us. So that's why we are chanting. That's why we chant. So it's in the form of prayer also. O Mother Radha, O Lord Krishna, please engage me in your service. That's the meaning of Mahamantra. So by doing prayers, Akrura attains perfection. Dasyam. And who can think of the Dasya who attains perfection? By being a servant of Lord Krishna? Hanumanji, Bajrangbali. Bajrangbali ne Bhagwan Ram ki aisi seva kari that he attains perfection just by that service, just by that devotional service. Sakhyam. Arjun attained perfection by being friend to the Lord. Bhagwan ke sakha, ke friend. He was cousin also, but it was a friendly exchange that he had with Lord Krishna. जो दोस्त की तरह से जो उन्होंने अपना भाव दिखाया है, उससे उन्होंने perfection ले लिया. And आत्मनिवेदनम, दैत्यराज बलि महाराज, उन्होंने अपना सब कुछ न्यौछावर कर दिया। जब वामन देव ने 3 कदम जमीन मांगी तो फर्स्ट स्टेप में उन्होंने पूरा अर्थ कवर कर लिया, सेकेंड स्टेप में पूरा यूनिवर्स, थर्ड स्टेप कहाँ रखूं पूछते हैं बलि महाराज से। बलि महाराज कहते हैं कि भगवान ये शरीर अभी भी मेरा है, आप थर्ड स्टेप मेरे सर पे रखिए। एंड जस्ट बाय डूइंग दैट भगवान उनको सुतला में भेज देते हैं, विच इज अ लो रीजन बट इट इज मोर ऑपुलेंट देन स्वर्गलोक। सो इवन दो बलि महाराज से सब कुछ चला गया, बट उनको जो सुतल प्लैनेट में भेजा उनको, तो सुतल प्लैनेट इंद्रलोक से भी ज्यादा सुंदर है, विश्वकर्मा ने खुद बनाया है, और वामन देव बिकम्स हिज ग्रेट कीपर। सो ही मे गिव अप द होल वर्ल्ड बट ही कॉन्कर्स द लॉर्ड, ही अटेन्स परफेक्शन, उससे उनको परफेक्शन मिला। सो द 9 processes. And then Srila Rupa Goswami discusses in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 64, various types of devotional methods. Is that what it's called? जो devotional processes हैं तो 9 type हैं. So the 5 most potent forms are, first is very important, sadhu sangha, devotee association. So just by having devotee association, even a neophyte, newcomer to Krishna consciousness can experience love of Godhead. भगवान के प्रेम की अनुभूति हो जाती है. Then second is by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So by reading scriptures, bona fide scriptures, one can get that. And then Srimad Bhagavatam is specifically referred here. Then deity worship. The third process is by engaging in deity worship. So that's bhajana kriya, the third step. So right after sadhu sangha comes bhajana kriya. So by doing bhajana kriya also one can attain perfection. Even a neophyte, a newcomer to Krishna consciousness, उसको भगवान के प्रेम की अनुभूति हो सकती है. Then fourth is by residing at a holy place. By residing at a dham, like Vrindavan hai, Mayapur hai. And you can even make your home a temple, have a temple in your home, have the deities. So that also becomes a dham. And fifth is by chanting of the holy name. So by engaging in these 5, most potent forms of devotion, you can experience. Even a newcomer in Krishna consciousness, उसको भी प्रेम की अनुभूति आती है. और हम लोग प्रेम के ऊपर ही जा रहे हैं अभी. So भजन क्रिया, अब भजन में जब करते हैं तो भज is more than worshipping. So there are 64 various forms of bhajan kriyas. So of these, if the 5 most potent forms भी यूज करते हैं तो उसमें बहुत एडवांसमेंट मिलता है. और उससे क्या होता है, इन भजन क्रिया में एंगेज होने से अनर्थ निवृत्ति होती है. अनर्थ, अर्थ का मतलब होता है वैल्यू, जिसका कुछ मायने रखता है. अनर्थ का मतलब जिसका कोई मायने नहीं रखता है. ऐसी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, ऐसी क्वालिटीज जो हमारे हृदय में है, दे आर लाइक वीड्स, जंगली घास की तरह. जंगली बीज जो है वो है, तो उसमें भक्ति लता बीज स्प्राउट नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज उसको न्यूट्रिशन नहीं मिलेगा. और अगर स्प्राउट भी हो गया तो भक्ति लता कैन नॉट survive because all the nutrition is drained away by these weeds, and it is making the whole heart too congested with all these anarthas. So anartha nivritti syat. So all these anartha se nivritti mil jati hai. So all these anarthas go away. So they are uprooted. All these weeds are uprooted from the heart when we engage in bhajana kriya. So that is the next stage. As anartha nivritti goes away, what happens? Nishtha develops. So that is stronger faith, more determined, stable form of determination in engaging, in approaching Lord Krishna. और जब निष्ठा, जब हमारा डिटर्मिनेशन स्ट्रांग होता है तो हमें टेस्ट आने लगता है, रुचि. So we start developing taste, right? So when we start liking something and we start getting more and more stronger faith, more and more हम लोग को ज़्यादा उसमें निष्ठा आती है, तो नेक्स्ट स्टेप में हमें रुचि आ जाती है. और जब रुचि आती है तो हम आसक्त हो जाते हैं उसके. वी स्टार्ट सीकिंग इट एज अ शेल्टर, राइट? जिस चीज़ में हमको टेस्ट आने लगता है तो हम उसके आसक्त हो जाते हैं, हम उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट होने लगते हैं, हम उसके मोर एंड मोर क्लोज हो जाते हैं. और जब हम बहुत ही क्लोज अट्रैक्टेड और अटैचमेंट डेवलप हो जाता है हमारे में, आसक्त ऑल्सो मीन्स अटैचमेंट. सो व्हेन वी हैव अटैचमेंट टू समथिंग, तो भाव आने लगता है. भाव इज द जस्ट स्टेज बिफोर प्रेम. एंड जो ये भाव होता है, जब ये वेरी स्ट्रांग हो जाता है, भाव जब प्रेम का जो भाव होता है, हमारे जो अटैचमेंट से जो भाव आता है ऑफ अफेक्शन, दैट ग्रोस into prema. When it becomes very solid, just like it becomes very concentrated, then it turns into prema, and that prema is love of Godhead. So that is science of devotional service. Now you would say, okay, this is science of devotional service. We understand various steps, the 9-step processes, starting from faith to devotee association, sadhu sangha, and then to bhajana kriya, anartha nivritti sthayat, and so forth. But how does it really happen? What is the ladder? How do we come to the devotional service? To please Lord Krishna, we want to know this, right? So to be able to engage in devotional service, we also want to know how to do that. And that's given in the 12th chapter. The process is given. First is we have to acquire knowledge, right? So that is the lowest step. It's not that we always start from the lowest step. We can also start at a higher step as well as. The highest step is, Lord is saying, constantly just मेरे बारे में सोचो, constantly engage your mind in thinking of me, my name, form, activities, pastimes. मेरे बारे में अपने मन को तल्लीन कर दो, पूरे मन को 24/7 engage कर दो कि तुम बस मेरे नेम, फॉर्म, एक्टिविटीज, पास्ट टाइम्स के बारे में ही स्मरण करो, उसी में अपने आप को तल्लीन कर दो. That is like so strongly engaged in thinking of Lord. And that is the bhava of gopis and the pure devotees. They are constantly thinking of Krishna. लगातार भगवान का स्मरण कर रहे हैं. जब कुछ बोलते हैं तो भगवान के गुण गाते हैं, जब कुछ सुनते हैं तो भगवान के रूप, गुण और उनके पास टाइम्स, लीलाओं के बारे में सुनना चाहते हैं. जो भी एक्टिविटी करते हैं, सारी एक्टिविटीज़ भगवान से डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड होती है उनकी. So that is the highest stage. But then people who can't do that, then they engage in, as sadhak ban jate hain. Then they follow the rules and regulations. So Bhagwan ke jo, as a practitioner, as a devotee, initiated devotees, they perform by rules and regulations. So the 4 regulatory principles they follow: no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. By engaging in those 4 regulatory principles, and there is also, these are prohibitions, and then there is one niyam, one regulation: minimum 16 rounds of chanting on japa, and on Ekadashi and special days like today, on Janmashtami and festival days, minimum 25 rounds of chanting, japa rounds. So they do this. So sadhakas do this. But if you cannot become sadhaka, then what? So again, Bhagwan Krishna usko reverse order bata rahe. Try to get to the highest one. If you can't do that, then come to this. If you can't do that, then if you cannot be sadhaka, then work for Krishna. भगवान की जैसे टेम्पल में जाके, रसोई में जाके काम करें. अगर घर में ही टेम्पल है तो भगवान के लिए भोगा बनाए, भगवान का ऑफर करें, भगवान के लिए काम करें. Preach this knowledge to others. That's also, working for Krishna. So to satisfy Krishna, engage in various kind of activities as working for Krishna. Just like I was giving Jananda Prabhu, he would be cleaning the trash cans by picking up the trash bags from the trash can, putting it for the tow truck to take it away, and so forth. Various activities, cleaning God's temple, cleaning, even if you have a temple in your house, you're cleaning the temple, that area, doing worship and different activities. That's also, working for Krishna. Doing kirtan for Krishna, so that's also working for Krishna. And so as you are doing different kind of works, but if you cannot work for Krishna, then what to do? Then sarva karma phalitagan, then give the fruits of your labor. So that by giving the fruits of the labor, because there are various facilities required, various ingredients required to serve Krishna, to work for Krishna. So those ingredients, if you provide as charity, you give in charity, तो चैरिटी की तरह से आप फल देते हैं, फूल देते हैं, भगवान को अर्पण करते हैं, अगरबत्ती दिया अर्पण करते हैं, तो that is used in the service of Krishna. So that also purifies you. But if you can't even give that, then the next stage is meditate on Lord Krishna. So when we read the various scriptures, we know about Lord Krishna's name, form, activities, pastimes. तो आप भगवान में के रूप, गुण, उनकी लीलाओं के बारे में चर्चा कर सकते हो, उनमें meditate कर सकते हो. So this meditation is the next step. It's constantly thinking, but this meditation is not constant. You try as much as possible to meditate on these pastimes, because the more you meditate, the more you get purified. And then how do you meditate? Then it is not the speculative knowledge, that's Gyan Yoga, right? At times, so again this speculative knowledge that's coming because of the Gyan Yoga is not true knowledge. We get knowledge from the scriptures. So Srila Prabhupada described very nicely in Bhagavad Gita that we have to know about who is Krishna. God is great. हम सब जानते हैं, भगवान महान है. But how great is he? That we come to know by reading scriptures. जब हम scriptures पढ़ते हैं, तब पता लगता है how great he is, how wonderful he is, how sweet he is, how amazing he is, how powerful, how knowledgeable. He is perfect in all 6 opulences as per Parashamuni, father of Vyasadeva. He gives this definition that Lord is the most opulent. He is of course the husband of the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi ji ke husband hai. So of course, and he is the strongest of all. He is the most knowledgeable of all. He is the most renounced. He is the most beautiful, and he is the wealthiest of all. So by saying all this means that's Lord Krishna, but he has unlimited potencies. So when we realize from that perspective, we come to this step that okay, we should serve him with this mode. So then we can meditate. And when we read Bhagavad Gita, we get the instructions as what to do. When we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we get the understanding of how to do it. When we see Chaitanya Charitamrita, that's where Lord shows us Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He appears as his own devotees and then shows us how to do it perfectly. And 3 important principles are there. Namaruchi, and then there is mercy, Jiva Daya, and Vaishnava Seva. So those 3 legs in devotional service enable us to really pick that up. So that's given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, how to be a perfect devotee, how to get to that level of perfection, to be fully engaged in this loving relationship with Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna के साथ प्रेम भाव से continuously कैसे serve कर सकें at the highest level. Mayeva manada. So constantly thinking about him 24/7, engaging in his service. So it's not that when you come to the highest level you don't do other steps. You also work for Krishna. You also do charity. You also engage in meditation as well as acquiring knowledge about Krishna. Yet at the same time, if you are at the highest stage, that is perfection, if you can attain that. So to please Lord Krishna, he is saying, become my devotee. Mayyev mannato swa, mai buddhim niveshya, nivasishyasi mayyeva adho dhoam na samshaya. So that is the highest level. And he is giving this instruction later on. Man mana bhav mad bhakto, madhyaji mam namaskuru, mame veshyasi satyam te prati jane priyasi me. So, become my devotee, pay obeisances to me. And manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. So pay obeisance to me, worship me, and think of me. Yes. Madhyaji mam namaskuru mame veshyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Then he says, you will come back to me because you are very dear to me. So this is how we please Krishna, because when he says you are very dear to him, then he is actually telling you that we have pleased. Then he is telling us that we have pleased him. तब वो हमें बता रहे हैं कि हमने उनको प्लीज कर दिया है, कि हम उनके बहुत dear हो गए. So again, that is a very wonderful exchange. But then, what are the qualities that make us very dear to him? So these qualities are also described in Bhagavad Gita. So these are given in 12th chapter. So just now we covered in 12th chapter what those ladders in devotional service are. Bhakti Yoga में जो different steps है वो आपने cover किए. अब उसके बाद में किस तरह का devotee उनको सबसे ज़्यादा प्रिय होता है. A devotee who is not envious, जो किसी से भी envy नहीं रखता है, and सबको friendly form में देखता है. Because हम जो living entities हैं, जीवेरा स्वरूप हो या कृष्णेरा नित्य दास. So he understands that all living entities are very dear to Lord Krishna, and every living entity is a servant of Lord Krishna. So we are all children of Lord Krishna, so of course as children we should be seeking cooperation with each other. So this person, a devotee who is not envious of any other, and envy comes because of lust. I and mine. I causes envy and mine causes lust. So envy is when we have different kind of upadhis associated with the body. That I am so and so, I am so big, I have such and such status. That's what causes envy. But a devotee thinks himself lower than the grass on the street, a very humble position. Someone who is humble cannot be envious. So he is a very humble person, and he is very kind to all living entities. And he does not think that he is proprietor of anything. He does not think that he is owner of anything. Why? Because he is thinking that Lord Krishna is the owner of everything. Sarvalok Maheshwaram. So he is engaging everything in the service of Lord Krishna. And one who is equipoised in relativity. What are the relativity? The relativity is happiness and distress, hot and cold, joy and sorrow. So all those conditions, he is equipoised, he is tolerant, right? More tolerant than the tree. Tarorapi Sahishnuna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals that one who is more tolerant than the tree, and tree is so tolerant that even if you cut it, it doesn't object. While we use its fruits, its flowers, its wood, its branches, it doesn't object at all. Its leaves for various purposes. It doesn't. So more tolerant than the tree. So such is a person, and he is always satisfied. Whatever is coming by way, the devotee is thinking, I am happy because this is what Lord has provided me, and I need to sustain myself in serving Lordship. So one who is constantly serving Lord Krishna, satisfied, and his self-control, he is able to control his senses, he is able to control his mind. And how do you control your mind? There is a very simple formula given by Srila Prabhupada. It's just by chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We can control our mind. Mantra, one that delivers the mind. Mantra. And then constantly engage in devotional service. Such a person, such a devotee is very dear to Lord Krishna. Then Lord Krishna reveals that one who does not put others in difficulty. Yasmane dujate loko lokane dujte chaya harshamash bhayo duige yo mahabhakta yasa cha me priya. So he is revealing mukto yasa cha me priya. So who is very dear to him? One who does not put other people in difficulty, and who is not put into difficulty by others. So whatever comes by its own accord, जैसे भी जो आ रहा है उससे संतुष्ट है, that is satisfied, which causes the devotee to rise to that next level, that he does not feel difficulty because of his circumstances, and he does not create difficult circumstances for others. दूसरों के लिए परेशानियां नहीं क्रिएट करता है, और ना ही दूसरों को कॉज ये मानता है कि जो भी परिस्थितियां हैं, whatever situations one is facing, a devotee is facing, he doesn't get disturbed by them. He doesn't, start feeling disturbed minded. He doesn't lose his composure. And also he is equipoised again in relativity that we already discussed, happiness or distress, hot and cold, joy and sorrow, fear and anxiety. He does not fear anything and does not feel any anxiety. Such a devotee is very dear to Lord Krishna. Then Lord Krishna is revealing to Arjuna that he is not dependent on ordinary course of activities. He is pure at heart. He is just taking things without cares. So there is a big difference when Srila Prabhupada used the word without cares. He is not careless, he is carefree. That is, there is a gulf of difference between the two. दोनों में बहुत difference है. Careless is person who is indifferent. Whatever is happening, he is careless. His careless means he is negligent. While carefree is, he does not care with the aspect that he is not affected by it. He is taking everything as it's coming by its own accord. As things are happening, वो उसको उसी तरह से ले रहा है. And he is free from all pains and not striving for some results. So he is not engaged in fruitive activities. Fruitive activities are activities which result in fruits and you are attached to those fruits. So he does not have attachment to the fruits. जो भी फल मिल रहा है different type of activities कर्म करने से, he is not attached to the fruit. Rather he is offering that food because in Lord's service. Because Lord Krishna reveals this in Bhagavad Gita, karmane vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. That we have the right to perform our duties, but we are not entitled to the fruits of our labor. So जो हमें फल मिल रहा है अपने labor का, we are not entitled for that. So such a devotee is very dear to him. And then Lord Krishna is revealing that one who does not rejoices nor grieves. So again, when something good happens, one does not become very happy. And when something bad happens, doesn't become very sad. So one who is equipoised. One who does not lament or aspires or desires. So lamentation is in the past. One who does not live in the past, does not have anxieties related to one's past. अपना पहले क्या हुआ उसके बारे में सोच के lament नहीं कर रहा है. And is not aspiring, आकांक्षा नहीं कर रहा है फ्यूचर के बारे में सोच के कि मुझे ये मिलना चाहिए, मुझे वो मिलना चाहिए. So both of these activities, lamentation is in the past and aspirations are in the future. Both of them cause anxiety. So one who is not anxious and one who renounces auspicious and inauspicious things. So renounces auspicious and inauspicious is with respect to the perspective. उस तरह किस तरह से सोचते हैं? इसमें बहुत अच्छी तरह बताया है श्रील प्रभुपाद ने पर्पण में कि जो भी auspicious है, favorable है devotion service के लिए, उसको accept कर रहा है for Lord service, not for sense gratification. अपने तृप्ति के लिए नहीं है, भगवान की तृप्ति के लिए, to satisfy Krishna, he is accepting things. And renouncing inauspicious things is, rejecting things which are unfavorable. जो unfavorable है devotional service के लिए, उनको reject कर रहा है. So such is the mood of a devotee. And such a devotee is very dear to him. And then Lord Krishna says that one who is equal to friends and enemies. He does not consider anyone as his enemy. Yudhishthira Maharaj is a very nice example. He also received a name like Ajat Shatru, one who has no enemy or one whose enemies are not born. Yet at the same time we know that Duryodhan was his enemy. But Yudhishthira Maharaj never considered Duryodhan as his enemy. It was Duryodhan who considered Yudhishthira Maharaj as his enemy. He was envious of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So that is how a devotee is, that he treats his friends and enemies equally. So when he meets his friends, he embraces them, gives them proper respect. And when he meets his enemies, he also considers them as a servant of Lord Krishna in forgetfulness at times. So he also gives them respect accordingly. And who is equipoised in honor and dishonor. He is stable. He is not affected if somebody honors him, and he is not affected when somebody dishonors him. He is stable in that humble position as a tolerant person. And again, Lord Krishna is third time repeating the relativity of this world. Because he is situated in absolute platform, transcendental, right? Above the three modes, above जो three गुणा हैं, उससे ऊपर उठ के है. So he is not affected by the relativity of this world, which is heat and cold, happiness and distress, joy and sorrow, and honor, dishonor. So again, third time Lord Krishna is saying he is not affected by happiness and distress, fame and infamy, and he is again very important in devotee association, which also means that he is not associating with people who are gossipers, right? A devotee does not engage in gossip, does not engage in contaminating associations. Contaminating association is not just gossiping, but it's a gossip about women and wine and all abominable things which are fallen things, can drag someone down in their spiritual progress, and is always silent. So how can you be always silent yet speaking all the time? That's an interesting one, because Srila Prabhupada explains this very nicely in Chaitanya Charitamrita also. It's elaborated that when we are singing glories, we can sing glories of Lord Krishna's name, form, activities, pastime. सुबह से लेकर रात तक 24 घंटे हम लोग गाएं, and that would be considered materially silent, because we are not talking of anything materially. We are not gossiping. We are not doing frivolous talks. हम लोग जो भगवान के नाम गुण उनकी लीलाओं का जो वर्णन करते हैं, उसमें हम लोग दिन भर भी करते रहें, तभी वो मौन माना जाएगा भौतिक रूप में. एंड जो भी मिल रहा है उससे सेटिस्फाइड है, उससे संतुष्ट है, saying that this is what I deserve and Lord is giving it to me. Which also means that sometimes if there is an accident, then actually a devotee thinks that actually my hand should have been cut off. But Lord is so merciful कि एक scratch ही दिया है. So such merciful is Krishna, and who doesn't care for any residence. So wherever one gets the shelter. So again, Sad Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and so many others. So they showed this by their example when they were living in Vrindavan on the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ने उनको वृंदावन में जाने को बोला, so they would sleep under the tree, and they had the kutir, but no permanent residence, opulent residence. They would just go and stay under the tree. They were engaged in writing so many scriptures, building so many temples, and revealing so many pastimes so many places in Vrindavan where Lord Krishna performed so many pastimes, and they were happy. And one who is fixed in knowledge. So knowledge, there are 20 subject matters of knowledge that we'll cover some other time because of the limited time we have. So one who is fixed in knowledge, but the most important aspects are three aspects of knowledge. These are confidential, more confidential, and then most confidential. Confidential aspect is we are not this body, we are living entities, we are soul, right? हम आत्मा हैं, हम ये बॉडी नहीं है, हम ये शरीर नहीं है, नश्वर शरीर है, आत्मा अमर है. So we are that is confidential knowledge. वो एक रहस्य है, right? Then the second is जीवेरा स्वरूप होया कृष्णेरा नित्यदास. So हम जो आत्मा हैं, we are भगवान कृष्ण के eternal servant हैं, नित्यदास, हमेशा के लिए. We are his servant. So that is our nature. So if we don't serve Krishna, we end up serving Maya. And then we face lot of distress, lot of sufferings when we serve Maya. And how do we serve Maya? By doing sense gratification. By trying अपने जो sense की जो तृप्ति करते हैं, right? इंद्रियों की तृप्ति में जो लीन होते हैं, eating, sleeping, and being merry. That's the mindset of people. So that is also not good. So the devotees, they don't engage in such activities, and they don't have contaminating association. And of course, eating abominable things, that's also not there. And so it's part of knowledge, that one who is in knowledge, that Jivera Sarupaya Krishna and Nityas. And the most confidential is Ananya Bhakti, pure devotional service. And that's where Lord Krishna gives this instruction. Manmada bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame veshyasi satyam te prati jane priyasi me. That you are very dear to me, you will come back to me, become my devotee, pay obeisances to me, worship me and always think of me. Just by these 4 steps, हम भगवान कृष्ण के प्रिय बन सकते हैं. We can please Lord Krishna by our service. And such a person, Lord Krishna, with these qualities that we just discussed, he says is very dear to him. And finally, he says that whoever follows the path of devotional service. So there are various paths, right? But the path of devotional service, constantly engaged with faith, है ना, लगातार अपना प्रयास करते हुए श्रद्धा पूर्वक भगवान कृष्ण को अपना सुप्रीम गोल मानते हुए, जब डिवोशनल सर्विस, जब भक्ति में कोई लीन हो जाता है, दैट पर्सन इज very, very dear to Lord Krishna. So that's in the 20th verse. So again, in 12th chapter, these verses are given. I would encourage you to please read the purpose. These are beautiful. So I'll quickly read these verses where you will see the various qualities that have been discussed. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirankara sama dukkha sukha kshami. Santushta satatam yogi yayatma drana nishchaya mayarpito madar buddhir bhakta same priya yoma bhakta same priyaha yasmano dujate loko lokano dujate chaya harshamash bhayo dvegir muktoya sa chame priyaha Anapeksha shuchir daksha udasino gata vyataha sarvarambha parityagi yomad bhakta same priyaha yo na hrishyati na dveshti na shochati na kankshati shubha shubha parityagi bhakti manya same priyaha samah shatro cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoho shitoshno sukha dukkheshu samasangra vivarjitaha Tulya nindastu tirmoni santushto yena kena chita aniketas tirmatir bhakti man me priyo naraha yeto dharma mritamidam yathoktam paryupasate shaddhana mat parma bhaktastev ativa me priyaha. Very, very dear to me. So when we engage in devotional service, with faith, with determination, with patience, with enthusiasm, following in the footsteps of acharyas, जो previous हमारे आचार्य हैं, वैष्णव गुरुज हैं, जो आचार्य हैं, उनके पद चिन्हों पे जब हम फॉलो करते हैं, पद चिन्हों पे फॉलो करने का मतलब है उनके जब इंस्ट्रक्शंस को हम लोग फॉलो करते हैं, ना कि उनके एक्शंस को फॉलो करें, बट रादर इंस्ट्रक्शंस को फॉलो करें, अपने जीवन में ढालें. एंड give up the association of non-devotees, people who are contaminated. So giving up contaminating association and constantly engaging in the 9 process of devotional service, we can become very, very dear to Lord Krishna, and that would please Lord Krishna very much. And last but not the least, Srila Prabhupada used to give this example of Sanat and Anat. So once they were walking in a morning walk, and he points to a dog who was, on the beach running with his owner. So he says, see this dog, this is Sanat. And then he points to the street dog, he says, this is Anat. So the condition of Sanat, like a dog with a master, was that the dog was very well nourished, very happy and going with his master, fearlessly. While the street dogs, they were fighting, and they were in poor conditions, and they were constantly in distress. So when we become devotee of Lord Krishna, we accept Lord Krishna as our Nath. So we become Sanat. And we, like the sons of Lord Krishna, we can easily, sons and daughters of Lord Krishna, we can easily become happy and we can please him by our devotion. हम आसानी से भगवान को के प्रिय बन के उनको खुश कर सकते हैं, उनको प्लीज कर सकते हैं, and that would become is for our benefit, and that will also make us fearless. Just like there's this example, 2 examples given in case of a child. When a father, a child is holding the finger of his father and is crossing the road, there may be so many trucks, cars, bikes, they are crossing, they are on this road. It's a very dangerous situation for a child to just walk and cross the road just like that, alone. But a child who is holding the finger of his or hand of his father, if you can see, so much confidence is that the child is confidently crossing the road because he has taken shelter of his father. He knows his father will make it his journey easy. So when a devotee is constantly serving Krishna, जब भगवान कृष्ण के सर्विस में भक्ति में लीन है, he can easily cross over this ocean of nations, this material ocean, bhav sagar को easily तार कर सकता है. Another example is given is in a train. We have seen it so many times that people are talking very loudly, the train is running with making so much noise, and that constantly these merchants are crossing on the aisle. लेकिन एक जो शिशु है अपने मदर के लैप में, sleeping very peacefully, it's not disturbed. There may be so many things going on, people are shouting, people are talking, there's so many noises, the constantly whistle of the train is going on. लेकिन बिल्कुल शांति से, क्यों? क्योंकि वो सनात है. He has his parents who are taking care of him, so he is completely relying in their shelter. So in such mood, we should be resting in the lap of Lord Krishna at his lotus feet. We should be surrendering. तो हम भगवान के चरणों में इस तरह से लीन हो जाएं, इस तरह से अपने श्रद्धा पूर्वक अपने को अर्पण करें, that we feel complete protection. We know that Lord provides full protection to us. We take His guardianship, His shelter, and in a humble mood, we engage in devotional service, engaging everything that we have which is favorable. हमारी भक्ति के लिए जो भी favorable है, उसको engage करें, और जो भी unfavorable है, प्रतिकूल है, अनुकूल को हम accept करें और भगवान की भक्ति में लगाएं, और जो प्रतिकूल है, like contaminating association, contaminating things, हम उनसे दूर रखें, उनको reject करें, vivarjanam. So in this mood we can please Lord Krishna very much. So this is the important lesson that we learned today, how to please Lord Krishna by engaging in the 9 process of devotional service, the 5 most potent forms of devotion, of bhakti, how we can use, as well as the 9-step processes, how it starts from Ato Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sanghata, Bhajana Kriya, and so forth, and how the various qualities that we develop by being equipoised, not looking at relativity of this world and the absolute platform, हम किस तरह से ये qualities develop करके भगवान को dear बन जाते हैं. And one who is in this manner, in a humble mode, is tolerant mode, and not being affected by the dualities of this world. ये जो heat, cold, happiness, distress, fame and infamy, all these factors जो हम लोग relativity हैं उससे परे होके भगवान की जब भक्ति में लीन होते हैं, how we can become very, very dear because of constant engagement in devotional service with faith, with determination, with patience, and strong conviction that by pleasing Him, all our senses will be pleased and we will attain transcendental bliss, we will attain transcendental happiness by engaging in the service of Govinda. Govinda means one who gives pleasure to the senses. So all our senses will be satisfied and we will attain eternal peace, and in this mood we can eternally serve Lordship. Hare Krishna. So this is where we end.